Right now, out over the open Pacific, there's a storm that did something that should frighten you more than any headline. In about a single day, it went from an ordinary typhoon into a super typhoon, winds near 285 kilometers an hour, with nothing but warm ocean beneath it. This is Bavi. And here's the honest part. Forecasters say it will most likely curve past the Philippines, closest to Batanes, maybe onto Taiwan, not slam into us. So this isn't a story about where Bavi lands. It's a story about how fast it grew, because this year the Pacific is doing this over and over and over again. Bavi isn't a freak. It's the 14th tropical cyclone of a season that is barely half over. As of early July 2026 is the most active Pacific typhoon season by this point in the year since 1976, half a century. There's been a named storm in every single month so far, something we haven't seen in years. And back in April, before this even felt like a season, Typhoon Sinlaku exploded into a super typhoon with a pressure of 905, the strongest of the year, until Bavi. The forecasts for the rest of 2026 call for a hyperactive year, well above the 30-year average on almost every count. So why are storms exploding like this? Scientists have a name for it: rapid intensification. Officially, it means a storm's winds jumping at least 55 kilometers an hour in 24 hours. Bavi more than doubled that. And the fuel isn't what you'd think. It's not the warm skin on top of the sea. A storm churns that up and cools it fast. The real fuel is how deep the warm water goes. This year, storms are crossing pools of ocean where the heat runs far below the surface. So deep, the storm can't cool it down. Add calm winds up high and moist air, and an ordinary storm doesn't just grow. It detonates. And that speed is the real danger, because it steals the one thing that saves lives: warning time. Picture a storm that's a modest signal 1 when you go to bed. By breakfast, it's a signal 5, and it's on your coast. That's not hypothetical. In 2021, Typhoon Odette exploded to Category 5 strength in the day before it hit Siargao. The forecast leapt from a strong storm to a monster overnight, and more than 400 people died. A year earlier, Raleigh did the same before Catanduanes, striking with the strongest landfall winds ever recorded. When a storm detonates at the coastline, a 2-day evacuation plan is worth nothing. And this is the part scientists are most worried about. Published research finds that as the planet warms, rapid intensification is becoming more likely. The proportion of storms that explode has been climbing across ocean basins, including ours. The reason is that hidden fuel, more than 90% of the extra heat we've trapped, has gone into the ocean, and the Western Pacific's deep warm layer keeps getting deeper. Be precise about what that means. A warmer ocean doesn't make every storm stronger, and no single typhoon can be blamed on climate change by itself. What it does is raise the ceiling and load the dice toward the overnight monster. Now, there's a twist that should make us humble. A strong, maybe super, El Niño is building for 2026 and 2027. And normally, El Niño means fewer typhoons in our part of the Pacific, not more. So, how is this the busiest season since 1976? The honest answer is that forecasters don't have a clean one. The ocean was still carrying leftover heat from years of La Niña. Fast-moving atmospheric waves stirred up bursts of storms. And the El Niño hasn't fully switched on the winds that usually suppress them. It's not that El Niño broke, it's that the atmosphere is messy, and anyone selling you a neat story is overselling it. What El Niño does tend to do is make the storms that do form stronger and send them curving toward the far north. We break that whole drought side down in a companion video. And here's the part almost nobody explains. A typhoon doesn't have to hit you to drown your street. Watch Bavi. Even as it curves away toward Taiwan, never making landfall here, its enormous circulation reaches down and grabs the southwest monsoon, the habagat, and hurls that moisture straight at western Luzon. The storm leaves, the rain stays. That's why Pagasa expects heavy rain over Metro Manila from July 9th, days after Bavi is closest, and long after it's gone. We've seen this kill before. In 2012, a typhoon that never landed here dumped over a meter of rain on Metro Manila in 3 days. In 2024, Karina did it again and put the capital underwater. The storm on the map missing you is not the same as the danger missing you. So here's what to carry with you. There are 2 different warnings, and they are not the same. Wind signals tell you how hard the wind will blow. Rainfall warnings, yellow, orange, red, tell you how badly it will flood. A storm can be a weak signal 1 over your city and a red rainfall warning at the same time. Stop watching only the landfall track. Watch the rain. And don't exhale yet. The season runs to December, and our most dangerous months, October, November, are still ahead. A building El Niño may bring fewer storms in the back half, but the ones that come tend to be the strongest of all. The Pacific is faster and angrier than the warnings were built for. The people who stay safe are the ones who stopped asking only, "Where will it hit?" and started asking, "How much rain and how fast?"